everyone. This is Robert. RJO Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. The 1972 season is on the air. Today's date is June 17, 1972. We are at Riverfront Stadium. As the late, great Bob Murphy would always say, it's a beautiful day for baseball. That's right. Tonight's game, it's the New York Mets versus the Cincinnati Reds. The Mets come into this game at 32-22, second place in the National League East. The Reds are 34-20. They lead the National League West. The Mets are actually playing pretty well, on a little bit of a slump lately, but they're still pretty strong. The Reds have taken over the National League West and look like they're not going to give that division up, as the Reds in 72 were a pretty good team. The Mets were a decent team. They were good, but not great. But you never know what Inside Pitch might have to say. Brian B. and Jeremy Brooks are first to join us here at Riverfront Stadium. The Reds historically won this game 8-2. The Mets had 7 hits and an error. The Reds had 8 hits and no errors. But Inside Pitch, as you guys know, has a mind of its own. And tonight it is Friday Night Baseball. And usually what happens on Friday night, well, pretty much anything can happen on Friday night. So, without further ado, let's take a look and see what we got. Starting pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds tonight is Wayne Simpson. 8 wins, 5 losses, a 4.14 ERA. 70 strikeouts and 45 walks. Riverfront Stadium only has -1 to walks. Pretty neutral park, 117 home runs. So I'm going to say it was a neutral park, but does favor pitchers just a little bit. So we will see what happens tonight as Sports Time Machine Utah Mike joins us here at the stadium in front of the river. So we are set and ready to go. My Mets against Brian B's Reds. Anything can happen here on Inside Pitch, and, well, usually does. Let's get to the top of the first. Leading off for the Mets will be the shortstop, Bud Harrelson, who recently passed away. .215 average, 1 homer, 24 RBIs in 72. We're going to use red, white, and white dice. Reds are the home team. The fans here at Riverfront enjoying a pretty good 72 season. Their Reds are in first place. Will they hold it? I'm pretty sure I think they will. Let's see what happens, though, tonight against the Mets. Simpson, 3-6. That's a walk, and that 6 will be ball 4. So Simpson will walk the first batter he faces. And that will be the first walk given up by Simpson. Infield a double play. And the next batter will be the second baseman, Ken Boswell. A .211 average, 9 homers, 33 RBIs in 72. As Brian Patterson joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. And that is a 2. Harrelson gets the steal sign. I'm going to send him. 15 plus 1 is 16. Johnny Bench, though, a -3 is a 13. Harrelson on his way to second. The throw down there, and he is out. Johnny Bench goes ahead and throws to second base, and he will get Harrelson caught stealing. Nice job by Bench, and that will be 1 out. Doug Hunt and Clee baseball fan now join us here at Riverfront Stadium. So 1 away as Johnny Bench throws out Harrelson. Simpson, 1-4. That's at the park. Riverfront, 3-5, and that's a grounder right at the plate. That'll be picked up by Bench, and he'll toss it over for the out, and that is 2 away. 2 men down. And now we'll see the center fielder, Tommy Agee. .227 average, 13 homers, 47 RBIs in 72. The 72 Mets are pretty darn good pitching. They just couldn't hit their way of a paper bag. Simpson, 2-1. That's a walk, and that will be ball 4. So Simpson will walk Agee, his second walk of the game, as Steeler fan joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. 2 men down, and that'll bring up the right fielder, LeGrand Garage, Rusty Staub. Does anybody have a problem if I think he belongs in the Hall of Fame? .293 average, 9 homers, 38 RBIs. I think Rusty Staub belongs in the Hall. Strategy roll, and Agee, he gets the steal sign, but he's not going anywhere this time. Simpson, 2-6, strikeout 10, that will miss. Staub, 1-5, and that's a ground ball to short. That'll be handled by Dave Concepcion, and he is going to throw to first to get Staub, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except a couple of walks, and a caught stealing will go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the New York Mets tonight is Gary Gentry. Did not have a great year in 72, though. 7 wins, 10 losses, a 4.01 ERA, 120 strikeouts, and 70 walks for Gentry. We'll see what he's got for the Mets tonight. Leading off for the Reds, of course, the man himself, left fielder Pete Rose, who should be in the Hall of Fame. 307 average, 6 homers, 57 RBIs. One of the greatest. Hall of Famer? No. One of the greatest of all time? Yes. Gentry with the pitch. 2-2, strikeout 2, and he got him. He'll strike out Peter Rose. First strikeout for Gentry, 1 down. The next batter will be the second baseman, Joe Morgan. Hall of Famer? Absolutely. 292 average, 16 homers, 73 RBIs. In 72, Gentry with the pitch. 3-1, that's a walk. That will be ball 4 on the 11, and Morgan will trot the first. First walk issued by Gentry. And now here's the center fielder, Bobby Tolan, a 283 average, 8 homers, and 82 RBIs in 72. Nothing wrong with those stats. Morgan was a thief, and he does not get the steal sign, and he will be not go, and no hit and run is called. Gentry will go ahead and will pitch. Gentry, 1-4. That is a blank. He's not tired. Tolan, 2-6, and against the righty, it's a ground ball to third. 2-1-2. Second base, pivot Boswell, -1. Only a 1 is a double play. They won't get it. Morgan actually will still beat it. He had good speed. The throw goes to first to get Tolan, and that's 2 outs. So Morgan moves over to second on the grounder to third. Well, that will bring up the catcher, Mr. Johnny Bench. Hall of Famer? Yes. One of the greatest of all time? Yes. 270 average, 40 homers, 125 RBIs, and 72. Excellent season for him. Frank Rosenk joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Strategy, nothing on the 10. Morgan stays put. Gentry, 4-2. That's a pick. That is a double question mark against the righty. Only a 1 is a base hit up the middle. That's an 11. It's too high. Bench, 3-3, but he will get a base hit past third. That'll be a single. Morgan with 2 outs, a base runner of 5. That will be good enough. He will score. Reds get on the board first, 1-0. RBI single by Johnny Bench, and the Reds are already in the lead. Single for Bench. And now that will bring up the first baseman, Tony Perez. Hall of Famer? Yep. 283 average, 21 homers, 90 RBIs. So Bench is on at first. He had 6 stolen bases. He won't get any here. Gentry, 3-4, strikeout, 16 will miss. Perez, 3-4, and that is a fly ball to center field. And Agee is going to get to that, and he will make the catch. 1 run, 1 hit, a walk, an RBI single by Bench, and already the Reds have a 1-0 lead here after 1. Little RJL cries at home. I hate to say this, in 1972, I really didn't know what baseball was yet. We go to the top of the second. Leading off for the Mets will be the left fielder, John Milner. Ugh, I expected so much more from him. 238 average, 17 homers, 38 RBIs. So 1-0 Reds here. Simpson with the pitch. 6-5. That's a walk, and that 17 will be too high. Milner, 6-5, and he grounds it right back to Simpson. Simpson will take care of it and toss it over. Next up is the first baseman, Ed Kranepool, 269 average, 8 homers, 34 RBIs, and 72. Simpson with the pitch. Simpson, 4-5. That is a blank. Kranepool, 6-5, and that fly to center field, and Bobby Tolan's going to get to that with no problem. And he will make the catch for the out. And now the third baseman, Wayne Garrett, a 232 average, 2 homers, 29 RBIs. Yeah, Milner was solid, but not for some reason, not for the Mets. He had some good years, though. Simpson, 3-1 against the lefty. It's a blank. Garrett, 6-4, and that's a grounder right to second base. Morgan will handle that. He'll take his time and toss it over and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Mets. And we go to the bottom of the second. Yeah, Steeler fan is carded in Glory Days boxing, by the way. I have to find it. I know I got the card, Steeler fan. I got to find it. Leading off for the Reds will be the right fielder, Joe Haig. He got the call in right field today for the Reds. A 243 average, 7 homers, 31 RBIs. Gentry with the pitch. Gentry, 5-1. That's a home run chance. Lefty, 1-14. The 6 is good. Against a righty, Haig needs a 13. Does he give the Reds another run? Oh, yeah. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is hit deep to right field. And Rusty Staub going for it, but he's got no play. That's gone. Home run, Joe Haig. And Brian B. wants to take him out. Stadium cheers. Yay! Section 518 groans. Joe Haig, a solo bomb as he hits one over the right field fence. Already 2-0 Reds. I'm wondering if Brian B. wants to keep him instead of putting in Geronimo. Next batter for the Reds will be the third baseman, Dennis Menke. And he is 233 average, 9 homers, 50 RBIs. 2-0 Reds already. Gentry, 5-6. That is a strikeout. The 10 is high. Menke, 4-3. And that's a grounder to short, handled by Harrelson. And he will toss it over for the out. 1 out. And here's the shortstop, Dave Concepcion, 209 average, 2 homers, 29 RBIs. I still don't think Concepcion is a Hall of Famer, but I will put him in the Hall of Very Good. Gentry, 6-6. That's at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 2-6. And that's grounded to third. Over there will be Garrett. He will take his time and toss it over for out number 2. And that will bring up the pitcher, Wayne Simpson, who batted .063 in 72. Gentry with the pitch. 6-2, wild pitch, ball 1. 4-3, strikeout, and he'll get Simpson easily because Simpson's got nothing but K's on his card. And that will be the second strikeout for Gentry. 1 run on 1 hit. A solo bomb by Joe Haig. 2-0 Reds here after 2. And so far, this game is looking like, right now, this game, at least to RJL 518, this game is looking rigged, in my opinion. We go to the top of the third. Simpson back on the mound. Leading off for the Mets will be the catcher, Duffy Dyer, a 231 average, 8 homers, 36 RBIs. 2-0 here. Simpson, 6-4. That's a range play. Dyer, 2-3, and that's a grounder to second base. Over there getting it is Morgan. He was good. His range is a 4. That's a 2. No problem for Morgan. He'll take care of it, and he will toss it over for the out. Next batter is the pitcher, Gary Gentry, who batted 104 and 3 RBIs in 72. I would take this between Concepcion and Vizquel. I know a lot of Reds fans will disagree, but I would actually take Omar Vizquel. I actually thought he was better overall. Simpson, 2-5, strikeout 12, gets Gentry easily, struck him out. And that is the first strikeout for Simpson. 2 down. 2 away. And the batter will be Harrelson. Harrelson walked his first time up. Wins Simpson with the deal. A 3-5 wild pitch. Ball 1. 4-4 against a switch left. That's a blank. Harrelson 5-1, and he grounds it to second base. And then getting over there will be Morgan. And he'll take his time and toss it over. And that is a 1-2-3 inning for Simpson. We go to the bottom of the third. Leading off for the Natty will be Mr. Peter Rose, and he's 0 for 1. Gentry with the pitch. Gentry, 4-6, hit by pitch. 13, yeah, he hit him. Plunk, ouch. Rose is a 7, but Gentry's a +7. That makes him a 14, and he hits Rose. And they're saying, Rose, calm down, don't charge the mound. So that's going to be a hit by pitch, first of the game. Puts a runner on base for the Reds. Here is Morgan. He walked his first time up. Infield a double play. Rose had 10 stolen bases, and he is not going anywhere. Gentry, 6-5. That's a blank. Morgan, 1-6, and that's a base hit right past second base. Rose easily has the speed. He'll make third. So the Reds right now are going ahead. It looks like they're going to open up a can of whoop ass on the Mets in this game. Mets are going to play the infield in. And the batter is Tolan. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Tolan is 0 for 1. Strategy roll. And nothing on the 9. Morgan will stay where he is. And Rose is on at third. Gentry. Brian B. The infield is in. Rose's base running rating is a 2. Which means on a 1, 2, or 6, he would be safe. Okay, at the plate. So you got to decide what's going to happen in case it happens. Gentry, 5-6, strikeout 13. That will miss. Tolan, 1-5. It's a fly ball to left. So there ain't going to be a play that way, though. It's a fly to left field. Going after it is Milner. He'll make the catch. Tolan has a sacrifice fly of 3. He'll bring in Rose. He will score on a sacrifice fly. 3-0 Reds. Stadium cheers. Yay! Section 518 groans. So Morgan on at first. And the batter now is Bench. Bench is 1 for 1. Got a base hit his first time up. Infield a double play. Now 3-0 Reds. And strategy roll. That's a 6. Now, that's a 6. Morgan gets a chance to steal. 15 plus 0. And the catcher is Dyer, a -1. Do you want to send him, Brian B? Oh, and he says send him. Morgan on his way. A 1-15. He is safe. And barely gets under the tag, but he is safe. So Morgan gets a stolen base. His first of the game. Re-roll the strat. And that's a 2. And he gets the steal sign to go to third. Do you want to send him to third? I probably wouldn't here, but what do you think? He's got great speed. No. Okay, he will stay at second. Morgan will hold at second. Gentry will now pitch to Bench. Gentry, 3-2. That is a blank. Bench, 2-6. And that's a ground ball to short. Handled there easily by Harrelson. The throw goes to first for the out. Morgan, he will not make third. It was hit too hard, and Morgan stays where he is, 2 down. So now the batter is Perez. Perez is 0 for 1. Strategy roll. And that is a 17, nothing happening. Gentry will go ahead and pitch to Perez. Gentry, 2-5, possible error. Perez, 1-6, and that smacked into center field. That's going to be a double. Morgan will come in to score. Center fielder is Agee. His error rating is a 12. That's a 17. He will not make an error. He gets the ball. Perez is safe at second. 4-0 Reds. Stadium cheers. Yay! Section 518, groans. The next batter is Haig. Haig hit a bomb his first time up. They go talk to Gentry on the mound, see how he wants to do. He says, let me pitch here, but you guys got to get some runs yourself. Now 4-0 Reds. Strategy, nothing on the 11. Gentry with the pitch. Gentry, 6-6, that's at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 2-6, and that's a ground ball hit to third. That'll be handled by Garrett. He throws to first to end the inning. 2 runs on 2 hits. A hit batter and a stolen base and a sacrifice fly. Reds are leading 4-0 after 3. Could this be the year for the Reds? Could 1972 be the year for the Reds? We go to the top of the 4th. Simpson back on the mound. It will be Ken Boswell leading off for the NYM. And he is 0 for 1. 4-0 Reds. Reds were a superior team over the Mets that year. Simpson, 6-3 against the lefty. It's a blank. Boswell, 1-1. Ground ball to first, easily handled by Perez. He'll take it himself. Next up is AG. AG walked his first time up. Simpson, 3-2 against the righty. Strikeout, 20 is high. AG, 3-6, and it's a ground ball to second base. Getting over there will be Morgan, and he will make the play for out number 2. Here comes LeGrand Arrage. Staub is 0 for 1. Again, does anybody have a problem if I think Rusty Staub should be in the Hall of Fame? Simpson will pitch. Simpson, 4-1. That's a range play at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 3-1. That's a ground ball to first. That ball is hit to Tony Perez. His range is a 2. Nope, that'll get past him. And that's going to be hit down the line. Staub is going to go ahead and reach second on a double. So Staub gets the first hit of the game for the Mets. And he will hold at second base as Perez couldn't get to it. Milner is next, and he is 0 for 1. You really think Hall the very good? I don't know. I think Rusty Staub, if Rusty Staub was to be put in the Hall of Fame, I would put it on credit card. Staub on at second, Milner on at the plate, 2 men down. Strategy roll, nothing on the 18. Well, Simpson will go ahead and pitch to Milner. Simpson, 2-3. That is a home run chance. Lefty, 1-8. The 2 is good. Against the righty, Milner needs a 20. Well, I never was really impressed with Milner most of his time with the Mets, but he's going to come through right here. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is hit deep to left field. Rose is going for it, and he's just going to see it go into the upper deck. Home run, John Milner. The Mets cut the Reds 2-1. Section 518, cheers. Yay! So Simpson pitched Milner a meatball, and he turns that into lasagna. It's 4-2. So the Mets do get the 2 runs they historically had in this game. And now a 4-2 lead. Next up is Cranepool. Cranepool is 0 for 1. Still 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Simpson with the pitch. Simpson, 3-2 against the lefty. It's a blank. Cranepool, 3-3, and that is grounded to short. Concepcion will handle that with no problem, and will end the inning. 2 runs on 2 hits, a 2-run bomb by John Milner, and it's 4-2 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. But so far, Gary Gentry has allowed a run in every inning so far. Phoenix Knight joins us here at Riverfront Stadium, and David Vega walks into Riverfront evening all wet. The Ducks behind Ducks home run ball. Bring glove next time. Gentry will pitch. Need a leadoff batter first. Leading off for the Reds will be Dennis Menke. Menke is 0 for 1. Gentry, 5-5. Wild pitch, ball 1. 1-1, strikeout 12, that is high. Menke, 5-3, and that's popped out to third, and it will be Garrett calling for that. That's going to be in fair territory. He'll make the catch for out number 1. Here is Concepcion. Concepcion is 0 for 1. When Harold Baines was inducted into the Hall, he raised the bar so high that stop is no longer in consideration. Gentry, 6-3. Walk plus that 20 is going to be too high. Concepcion, 1-4, and he flies out to center. And AG is going to get to that. And he'll make the play, 2 down. Now we'll bring up the pitcher, Simpson. He struck out his first time up. 2,700 hits. I'll support your cause if he gets the Veterans Committee vote. You would think he would. There's another guy that's got 2,700 hits, and he's not in the Hall of Fame, and he should be. You know, and I believe that was Veda Pinson. Gentry with the pitch. Gentry, 6-6. That's at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 2-1, and Simpson is going to come through with a double to right field. Simpson with an 0.63 average, but it's off the park, and that splits the gap. They were playing a little too short, and Simpson hits it over their heads, and Simpson is safe at second base with a double. And that'll bring up Rose. So Gentry thought he was going to get out of this inning, but Simpson says not so fast. Anything on the strat? Simpson will stay where he is. That's right, DH. We don't need no stinking DH. John Haverly joins us here at the stadium in front of the river. Gentry, 6-1. That's at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 6-5, and that's a deep fly ball to center field. But that's all it's going to be. Center fielder AG is going to get to that one, and he will make the catch. No runs and a hit for the Reds as they waste the double, but it stays 4-2 here after 4. Jimmy Jam joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Top of the 5th. Good ball game here between the Mets and the Reds. This was always a bit of a rivalry back in the day, even though the rivalry is not as big as it has been during this time. Let's see. Leading off for the Mets will be Wayne Garrett. So a pair of Waynes on the field. Garrett is 0 for 1. 4-2 Reds, top of the 5th. Simpson, 4-4. Against the lefty, it's blank. Garrett, 1-6, and Garrett will lead off with a smack into left field. And that's going to be a double. It'll split the gap, and Garrett will wind up at second base. So now can the Mets do something here in the bottom part of the order? Next batter is Dyer. Dyer is 0 for 1. Infield is back. Garrett has pretty decent speed and nothing on the strat. He will stay where he is. Simpson will go ahead and pitch to Dyer. 4-2, but the Mets have a chance to maybe get a run. Simpson, 1-5 against the righty. Walk, 17 is high. Dyer, 1-5, and it's a ground ball to short. That'll be handled there by Concepcion. Garrett, he will not take third. He will stay where he is. 1 out. The batter will be Gentry, and he will bat. This is 1972, not 2024. Strategy roll, nothing on the 12. Simpson will pitch to Gentry. Simpson, 6-5. That's a walk, and that's 6. He walked him. He walked Gentry, the pitcher. Cardinal CIN, as he goes ahead and walks the pitcher. A 9, but -1 makes him an 8. That's a 6. And now, on a base on balls, the top of the order for the Mets, here is Harrelson. Harrelson is 0 for 1 with a walk. Infield, though, is that double play. Strategy, nothing on the 12. The runners will stay where they are. Simpson will pitch to Harrelson. Fans here hoping for a big-time pitch. Section 518 enjoying a cold one, hoping for a good hit. Simpson, 5-6 against the switch left. That is a blank. Harrelson, 2-5, and it is a ground ball to second base. 1-1-2. Shortstop, Concepcion pivot 0, 1-2. It's a twin killing. They got it. Side retired. 4-6-3 double play. No runs, a hit, and a walk as the Mets strand a good chance to maybe get a run or two, but they come up empty. And we will go to the bottom of the fifth. For the Reds, leading off, it will be Joe Morgan. And Morgan is 1 for 1, a single and a walk, and scored twice. Gentry, he will pitch. 1-6 walk. Yep, that 4 is easily ball 4, and Morgan finds himself on base for the third straight time. Second walk issued by Gentry. It will bring up Tolan. Tolan is 0 for 2, but he does have a sacrifice fly. Double play is called. Strategy roll. That's a 12, no play. Gentry will go ahead and he will pitch. Gentry, 2-4, error on a grounder. Tolan, 1-5. Nope, that's a fly ball to left. And Milner is going to get to that, and he'll make the play for the out. Next up is Mr. Bench. Bench is 1 for 2 with a single. Morgan, and he will not get the steal sign. He will stay put. Gentry will go ahead and pitch. Gentry, 5-1. That is not what you want to see. That is a home run chance. Righty, 1-17. I don't believe it. He missed it. That's an 18. Oh, boy. Gentry just misses giving Bench an automatic bomb because that's a 20. That would have been a home run, but an 18, Gentry just missed. Bench, 3-3, but instead he will get a base hit past third. Morgan will hold at second base. He will hold at second base. He's got good speed, but a base hit past third. He does not get the homer, but he does get a single. So now the batter is Perez. Perez is 1 for 2 with a double. Gentry, he's still got a little bit left in the tank, but the Mets may be going to the bullpen early on him. 4-2 Reds, bottom of the fifth. Strategy. That's a 20. Gentry turns around, fires to second. No, Morgan will get back. Gentry will pitch. 5-3, that is a blank. Perez, 5-3. It's a ground ball to short. Can they turn the double play? 3-2-3. Second base, pivot Boswell, -1. A 1 or a 2, it's a double play. And no way, that only play they had was the first. So Bench and Morgan move up, and they will get Perez 2 down. But that does give the Reds another chance at the plate. And the batter will be Haig. Haig is 1 for... Let's see here. Haig is 1 for 2. He's got a home run in the game. So now runners at first and second. He's going to pitch to Haig here. 2 men down, bottom of the fifth, 4-2 Reds. Anything on the strat? Nope. Gentry will pitch to Haig. Here comes the deal. Gentry, 3-2. That is a blank. Haig, 6-2. And it's a ground ball to second base. Easily handled there by Boswell. He'll toss it over to first. And the Mets will get out of a small jam. No runs, a hit, and a walk. Remains 4-2 Reds here after 5. We go to the top of the 6th. Simpson. He can pitch to 5 more batters before being tired. He's going to stay out there. Leading off for the Mets will be Ken Boswell, and he's 0 for 2. 4-2 Reds, top of the 6th. The big game here between the Mets and the Reds at Riverfront. Simpson, 5-3 against the lefty. That's a walk plus, and Boswell will trot to first. So a walk given up by Simpson. That is the 3rd walk given up by him. And now here's AG. AG is 0 for 1, but he has a walk. Infield at double play. Boswell had 2 stolen bases. He will not get any here. Simpson will go ahead and pitch. Simpson, 2-3. Home run chance. Righty, 1-10. The 13 is too high. AG, 5-6. But AG will come through with a smack into center field, and that's going to be a double. Boswell, a double to center. Plus his base running rating is a 4, plus 1 makes him a 5. A 1-5. Boswell will score, and he will. Boswell comes around, he scores. AG holds at second base. It's 4-3. Section 518 cheers. Yay! And now the tying run is at second base. It'll bring up Legrand Orange. Staub is 1 for 2. Infield is back. Still nobody out here in the top of the 6th. AG on at second. Fans here at Riverfront getting a little nervous against the Mets here right now. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 16. Staub will hit away. Simpson looking in on Staub. Here comes the pitch. Simpson, 1-1. That's a blank. Staub, 1-2. Base hit. Center field, a single for Staub. AG, base runner 3. Single to center, plus 2. A 1-5. This game is tied. It is tie game. Stadium groans. Section 518 cheers. Yay! Staub ties the game with a base hit. Now tied at 4. So the Reds had a 4-0 lead, and the Mets come right back. No lead is safe at inside pitch. Here comes Milner. Milner hit a bomb his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Brian B says Pedro Borbon. Let's see here. He's not tired yet, but I'm going to go with Brian B says because I'm letting him make the call. He says Borbon now. So Wayne Simpson is going to come out of the game right now. He was due to bat third in the bottom of the 6th. Are you sure? I usually will not allow a double switch until at least the 7th inning. But I'll let you said warming. Okay. So Simpson will stay out there, but now tied at 4. And here's Milner, Staub on at first, infield double play. Strategy, nothing on the 14. Staub will stay put. Simpson with the pitch. Simpson, 5-4, strikeout 3, and he got him. Struck him out, and that is strikeout number 2 for Simpson. 1 out as he gets Milner. The batter now is Cranepool. Simpson will be tired after Cranepool. Anything on the strat? And Staub stays put. Simpson will go ahead and pitch to Cranepool. Tied at 4 now in the top of the 6th. Simpson, he'll go ahead and pitch. Simpson, 3-3. That is a blank. He is not tired yet. He is tired after Cranepool. Cranepool, 3-3. And that is a ground ball to short. 3-3-4. Second base, pivot, Morgan, a 0. A 1-4, it's a double play. And no, Staub is thrown out at second base. And Cranepool, they're not even going to try to go to first to get him out. And that will be a fielder's choice. Now the batter is Garrett. And now Simpson is tired. The question is, do you want to bring in Borbon now? He is tired. Now I'll let you make a choice. But remember, I really don't like doing double switches. You said one more batter until the 7th inning. Cranepool will go ahead on first base. 2 outs. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 19. Garrett does get the bunt sign. He says, are you kidding me? Simpson will go ahead and pitch. Simpson, 5-1. Strikeout 6. Swing and a miss. Strikeout. And the inning is over. 3rd strikeout for Simpson, but the Mets tie it up. 2 runs, 2 hits, a walk, and a fielder's choice. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th inning. Gary Gentry can pitch to 2 more batters before he tires. He will stay out there. As I said, this is 1972, not 2024. Dennis Menke will lead off. He's 0 for 2. Tied at 4 here. Bottom of the 6th, Mets and Reds. Gentry, 4-3. Strikeout, 15 is high. Menke, a 3-6, and against the righty, Menke will lead off with a double into center field. So here come the Reds. Menke gets a leadoff double. He'll hold at second. The batter now is Concepcion, and he's 0 for 2. Infield is back, but Menke on at second. Gentry will go ahead and strategy roll first. And that's a 20. Gentry turns around, fires to second. No, Menke will get back. Gentry pitches 1-4. That is a blank. He's not tired. Concepcion 6-6, and that's popped up around third base. It's actually going to be in fair territory. And that's going to be Garrett making the play. And that's going to be out number 1. Wayne Simpson is the next batter. And Brian B says Cheney to hit for Simpson. I think he's here. Yes, he is. So coming on to pinch hit for the pitcher will be Darrell Cheney, a .250 average, 2 homers, 19 RBIs. Gentry is tired, and he's going to come out of the game, and the Mets will go to the bullpen. As he is done, because now an S1 will bring in Menke, so we'll see a new pitcher for the Mets, although he is due to bat second. We'll see who the Mets going to go with here, and they are going to bring out, let's see who they're going to bring on to pitch. And it is going to be Danny Frisella, 5 wins, 8 losses, 9 saves, a 3.34 ERA. Frisella will be the second Met pitcher. So here comes Danny Frisella against Cheney. Runner on second base. Fans here at Riverfront Stadium looking at Cheney. He's got some ability. Menke on at second. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 6. Menke stays put. Frisella will pitch. Frisella, 2-5. Range play. Cheney, 1-5. That's a base hit to left field. But going after it is John Milner. His range is a 2. He can't get it. That will be a base hit to left. Menke, a base runner 2. Single to left +1. A 1-3. He'll score. He will not. He will hold at second base. So Menke holds at second, but a base hit by Cheney. And now runners at the corners for Mr. Rose. Infield will play in. So 1 out here. Frisella will pitch to Rose here. Fans here at Riverfront Stadium, knowing that Rose is very capable of doing the damage. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 12. Nobody moving. Frisella will pitch to Rose. Frisella, a 5-6. That's at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 2-2. And that is a home run to the pull side against the righty. Rose needs a 5. That's a 3. And that's good enough. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is hit deep to right field. And that one is not coming back. That is a serious bomb. Home run, Charlie Hustle. Stadium cheers. Yay! Section 518, barfs. Yeah. A 3-run blast by Pete Rose over the pole side, and that means he hit this to right field, and the Reds now have a 7-4 lead. The Mets come all the way back, but Pete Rose does the damage there. He only had 6 home runs that season, but he goes ahead and he gets the job done. And it is now 7-4 in favor of the Reds. Next batter is Morgan. Still only 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. So Morgan is 1 for 1, a single and 2 walks. Frisella, he is going to stay in there. He is due to bat third. And Frisella, we'll see how long he goes. Frisella will pitch. Frisella, 4-5, wild pitch, ball 1. Frisella, 5-5. That's a pitcher result. The 20 is too high. Morgan, 3-2, and that's flying to center field. It will be AG getting there. He'll make the catch for out number 2. Next batter is Tolan. Tolan is 0 for 3, but he does have a sacrifice. Frisella with the pitch. 5-1 against the lefty. Strikeout 4, and he got him. Swing and a miss. Strikeout, and the inning is over. But the damage is done. 3 runs on 3 hits. A 3-run blast by Charlie Hustle. And the Reds now lead it 7-4 here after 6. We go to the top of the 7th. Brian B says Geronimo to replace right fielder Joe Haig. So I will bring in Cesar Geronimo to replace him in right field. Geronimo, I don't have to change the base running card. He also has a -1 arm. He's a 3-4. So Cesar Geronimo will now take over for Haig in right field. And that is done. Frank Wayne Scott joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Haven't seen you in a while there, FW. Good to see you, my good friend. Top of the 7th, Duffy Dyer leads off for the Mets. And for Brian B, who's pitching? Is it Bourbon? Is Bourbon going to come in to pitch? Coming on to pitch for the Reds will be Pedro Bourbon. 8 wins, 3 losses, 11 saves, a 3.17 ERA. Bourbon, however, usually doesn't do very well in inside pitch for some reason. We'll find out if that continues on here. So, but Bourbon was one of the better pitchers in 72. Dyer will bat. Top of the 7th, 7-4 Reds. Bourbon, 3-3, walk, 3. Yep, ball 4, just like usual. The relief pitcher, the first thing he does is walk a batter, and he walks Dyer. So Dyer trots to first. We'll see a pinch hitter for Danny Frisella, and the Mets will go to the bench. And coming on to pitch for the bat for the Mets is going to be Cleon Jones. 245 average, 5 homers, 52 RBIs. Cleon Jones will go ahead and pinch hit against Bourbon. Infield is at double play. Okay, that's fine, Brian B. That's okay. So 7-4, but now the Mets trying to get something going here. Strategy roll, and Dyer's not doing a darn thing. Bourbon will pitch. Bourbon, 4-1. That's a home run chance. Righty, 1-18. The 7 is good. Against a righty, Jones needs a 7. Does the curse of Bourbon continue on inside pitch? Oh, just missed. Jones, 1-1. Instead, he hits a deep fly ball to right field. Going back for it is Geronimo, but he's going to have room. He'll make the catch near the wall, and that's out number 1. 1 down. Here comes Harrelson. Harrelson is 0 for 3. Still 1 out. Strategy roll, and nothing happening. Bourbon will pitch to Harrelson. Bourbon, 1-4. That's a blank. Harrelson, 4-1. Pop out to shortstop. Getting over there will be Concepcion, and he will make the catch for out number 2. 2 outs, and here's Boswell. Boswell is 0 for 2 with a walk. Dyer still on at first. Strategy rolls. Actually, strategy rolls are still on. And that's a 12. Nothing happening. Bourbon will go ahead and pitch. Bourbon, 5-4. That's a blank. Boswell, 2-4. That's a ground ball, easy to first base. Perez has got it. He'll take it himself and retire the side. Nothing across except a walk. And the Reds right now are looking pretty good like they did historically that year. and they have a 7-4 lead. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Have to set the alarm. You never know when Steeler fan might try to come in and scare my mom. Don't forget, we have 10-minute ticker coming up after tonight's game. Our next matchup will be tomorrow night. It will be June 20th. We're going to the friendly confines of Wrigley Field as the San Francisco Giants will take on the Chicago Cubs. Don Carruthers will be pitching for the Giants, and Bert Hooton will be going for the Cubs. A pretty good matchup tomorrow night at Wrigley Field, as the G-Men and the Cubbies will face off against each other. I know Jimmy Jam will not want to miss his Cubs. Carruthers and Hooton, the Giants and the Cubs. That will be tomorrow night on Inside Pitch. You got to say, Robert, that new Mac does pop on the big screen. Well, I got to tell you, I know I made it to the big time when I'm on the big screen. Bottom of the 7th inning, Reds lead 7-4. Mr. Johnny Bench leads off. Mets need a pitcher. And they are going to go with... Let's see here. Coming on to pitch for the Mets is going to be Ray Sadecki. 2 wins, 1 loss, no saves, a 3.09 ERA. Sadecki's going to get the call here for the Mets. He'll be the third pitcher. So Ray Sadecki against Bench here. Bottom of the 7th, 7-4 Reds. Sadecki with the pitch. Sadecki 6-2. That's a double question mark, but the 11 is too high. Bench 2-6, and he grounds it to short, easily handled there by Harrelson. And that will be out number 1. Next batter is Perez. Perez is 1 for 3, has a double. Sadecki with the pitch. Sadecki 1-6 against the righty. It's a blank. Perez a 4-6, and that's a ground out to third, easily handled there by Garrett. And he'll take his time and toss it over, 2 down. Next up is the new right fielder, Cesar Geronimo. 275 average, 4 homers, and 29 RBIs as Geronimo has taken over in right field for the Reds. Sadecki, 3-6 against the lefty. Strikeout 6. Swing and a miss. Strikeout. And the inning is over. Nice job by Sadecki. A 1-2-3 inning. That's the first time the Reds were sent down in order. But they have a strong 7-4 lead here after 7. We go to the top of the 8th as Sports Time Machine says 9 o'clock Eastern tonight. Game 6 of the 2011 World Series Stratomatic. Robbie Wartburg Memorial Game should be exciting. 7-4, Pedro Borbon. Do you want him to continue to pitch there, Brian B? He could still pitch to 4 more batters. He is due to bat 3rd. You want him to pitch. Pedro Borbon will stay out there. And leading off for the Mets will be Tommy Agee. And he is 1 for 2, a double and a walk. So 7-4 Reds. Mets trying to make it interesting. Borbon, 3-5, error on a throw. Agee, 3-4. Nope, that's a fly ball to right. And that will be Geronimo getting to that with no trouble, and that's the first out. Next up is Legrand Orange. Staub is 2 for 3, a single and a double. Bourbon, a 3-1 against the lefty. Strikeout, 13, no. Staub, 6-4, and that's a line out right to third. Menke is right there. 2 away. Next up is Milner. Milner is 1 for 3, has a bomb in the game. Bob's Tabletop Sports joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Bourbon with the pitch. Bourbon, 2-2, walk 4. Yep, that's ball 4. He will walk Milner. So Milner keeps being alive on a base on balls. The next batter is Cranepool. He will bat. Cranepool is 0 for 3, though. Milner, strategy rolls are now off. Pitcher versus batter. Bourbon looking in on Cranepool. Fans here at Riverfront would like to see Bourbon get the job done. Bourbon with the pitch. 2-4. That is a blank. Cranepool. 1-3. And that's a ground ball to third. Getting over there is Menke. He's going to get it and throws to first to retire the side. A nice job by Bourbon. Nothing across except a walk. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th inning, Ray Sadecki will stay out there. Leading off for the Reds will be Dennis Menke, and he is 1 for 3. He's got a double. Sadecki will go ahead and he will pitch. Sadecki, 3-3. That's a blank. Menke, 1-2, and that's a fly ball hit to left field. And getting over there will be Milner, and they'll make the catch for the out. 1 out. Next up is Concepcion, and he is 0 for 3. Sadecki, he'll go ahead and pitch. Sadecki, 3-6 against a righty. It's a blank. Concepcion, 4-5, and that's grounded to third. And Garrett's going to get to that, take his time, toss it over for out number 2. Pedro Bourbon coming out of the game. He'll be pinch hit for. And Brian B. wants a young Hal McRae to pinch for him. 278 average, 5 homers, 26 RBIs. I think Hal McRae was pretty young at this time, I believe. So McRae will pinch hit, although the pitcher spot for the Reds tonight was 2 for 3. So 2 outs, 7-4 Reds. Sadecki, he is going to... Sadecki is due to bat third in the inning. McRae's got big-time home run power against McRae. And I think, yeah, Sadecki's going to come out of the game. Mets are going to go to the bullpen here. They're going to turn McRae around. And coming on to pitch for the Mets, to at least get Hal McRae, is going to be Chuck Taylor. No wins, no losses, 3 saves, a 4.43 ERA. Taylor will be the 4th Mets pitcher. He will pitch to McRae. So 2 outs here. The Mets have left their right-handed batters coming up. We'll see what we got. Taylor will go ahead and pitch. Taylor, 1-1, hit by pitch, 11. He plunked him. Ouch. He goes ahead and hits McRae. 14 plus 10 is 24. And as usual, I'm bringing a relief pitcher. The first thing he does is allow a base runner. That is a hit by pitch. That is the 2nd hit batter of the game. So any more after that, pitchers are rejected. And that now brings up Mr. Pete Rose. Rose is 1 for 3. Had a home run and got hit by a pitch. And Taylor will pitch to Rose. So 2 men down. But the fans here at Riverfront, knowing Rose can maybe hit another one. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 6. So actually don't need to roll a strat. Nothing's not happening anyway. Taylor will go ahead and he will pitch. Taylor, 6-4. That is a blank. Rose, 6-3. It's a base hit past short. McRae does not have the speed. Even with 2 outs, he will have to hold at third. Hold at second. So a base hit for Rose keeps the inning going. And now the batter is Morgan. Morgan is 1 for 2, a single and walked twice. And runners at first and second now. Taylor will pitch to Morgan. Fans here at Riverfront would still like to go ahead and see some more runs. Taylor, 2-2 against the lefty. They're going to get just that. That's going to be a base hit right past the pitcher, up past the box, and through the mound. McRae will come around. He will score. Rose has got the speed with 2 outs. He'll take third. It's 8-4 Reds. Stadium cheers. Yay! Section 518 groans. RBI single by Morgan. He hits it right past Taylor. The batter now is Tolan. The Reds have now reached the historical runs total they had, which was 8 runs in this game. So don't say inside pitch isn't realistic. It's pretty accurate. I call that pretty accurate. Rose on at third, Morgan on at first. And Taylor will go ahead and pitch to Tolan, or will he? That was his third batter. And they're gonna let Taylor pitch. So 2 outs, 8-4 Reds. Taylor, a 6-5. That's a walk. The 18 is too high. Tolan, 6-6. That's a power hit to left field. That is a 13, and against the righty that's just gonna miss. That'll be a fly ball to left field. Milner on his way. He'll make the catch and retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits, and a hit batter. A 10-12 is a triple. That's a 13. He just missed it. But the inning is over. 8-4 Reds after 8. But will we see some 9th inning magic? I know Section 518 definitely wants to see some 9th inning magic. And I know Brian B wants to see some 9th inning magic. Top of the 9th. And Brian B says, bring out Ed Sprague, and we'll do just that. Coming on to pitch for the Reds will be Ed Sprague. 3 wins, 3 losses, no saves, a 4.13 ERA in 72. Mets have the leadoff batter, and it is Wayne Garrett. And we're checking the Met bench, but the problem was the Mets, as I said, couldn't hit their way out of a paper bag in 1972. They really weren't good. And against the righty, see what the Mets want to do here. And and Garrett is a third baseman, and we're gonna take him back. Garrett's gonna come out of the game, and coming on to pinch hit for the Mets is going to be Jerry Grody. 210 average, 3 homers, 21 RBIs, but he hits righties a little better. So the Mets will need another third baseman if they get there. So Jerry Grody will pinch hit against Sprague. I'm going to kind of game it here. So 8-4 Reds. Top of the 9th. Sprague will pitch. Sprague, 5-2, strikeout 3, and he got him. Swing and a miss, struck him out. So down goes Grody. And now the next batter is Dyer. Dyer is actually going to have to, I don't think I have a third catcher on the team. I don't think so here. So actually he's going to have to bat. So Dyer is going to bat here with 1 out. Sprague will go ahead and pitch. Sprague, 3-2 against the righty, strikeout. 16 is high. Dyer, 5-1, and that's grounded to second. Morgan will get to that one, and that will be out number 2. 2 men down. We'll see a pinch hitter for Chuck Taylor, and I'm pretty much thinking this game is pretty much done, so I'm going to bring out this guy just because I want to. Coming on to pinch hit for the pitcher will be maybe the greatest overall player in baseball history. Say hey, Willie Mays. 250 average, 8 homers, 22 RBIs in 72. Mays is now on the Mets. So 2 outs. So Willie Mays will pinch hit against Sprague to give the Reds fans a little bit of a treat just to see Say Hey Willie. Hall of Famer, yes, one of the greatest of all time. I think the greatest overall player in baseball history. Sprague will go ahead and pitch. Sprague, 5-2, strikeout 5, but that won't mean it, even though he is one of the greatest of all time. That won't matter here. Swing and a miss, strikeout. That's your game. The Reds will go ahead and get the Mets tonight, 8-4. This game belongs to the Reds. Stadium cheers. Yay! Section 518 groans. 1-2-3 inning for Ed Sprague, as the Mets will come up empty tonight in a tough loss against a pretty good Reds team, but the Reds will get the victory 8-4 in a good ball game here at Riverfront Stadium. I want to thank Brian B. for helping me out playing the games with the Reds. I always have fun. Whether we win, whether my Mets win or his Reds win, it doesn't matter. It is always a blast because inside pitch is the game. Final line score coming up. Oh, no, Brian, this was definitely rigged. I don't know what you're talking about. This game was definitely rigged. Rigged. For the Reds, 8 runs, 11 hits, no errors. For the Mets, 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors. The winning pitcher is Wayne Simpson. He'll go ahead and get the win. Gary Gentry will take the loss. Bourbon and Sprague will come up with a couple of holds. So a nice victory for the Reds, as the Mets will now drop to 32-23. The Reds go to 35-20, holding on to that National League West. We are not done yet. 10-minute ticker coming right up. Thank you, Brian B., for an enjoyable contest. You know, I don't care. I know it's just a lot of fun to play, especially when I got somebody in the chat playing with or against me. That is just fine, because inside pitch is the game. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball. So the Mets will go ahead and take the loss. Let's see how the rest of the majors does these next 3 days. June 17th, White Sox and Boston in a doubleheader, game 1. White Sox 15-53, and that is 6. Red Sox 9-33, that's 3. The White Sox win the first one. White Sox 10-62, and that is 6. Boston 12-42, and that's 4. The White Sox will take both games. Detroit at California. Tigers 9-65, that's 7. Angels 5-23, and that's 1. That's a win for the Tigers. Kansas City and the Brewers. Royals 13-61, that is 7. Milwaukee 7-23, and that's 2. And that's a win for the Royals. Baltimore at Minnesota. Orioles 6-36, that's 3 runs. Minnesota 6-51, and that is 4 runs. That is a win for the Twin Cities. Texas and the Yankees in a doubleheader, game 1. Rangers 3-22, that's 1. Yankees 13-53, that is 6. The Yankees win the first one. Second game, Texas 5-15, and that's 1. Yankees 8-65, that's 7, and the Yankees take both games. Cleveland at Oakland. Indians 4-56, that is 4. Athletics 3-16, that's 0. The A's are suddenly in a bit of a slump. Montreal at Atlanta. Expos 7-36, and that is 3. Atlanta 13-56, and that is 6. The Braves are actually playing pretty well lately. Dodgers and the Cubs. Dodgers 8-31, and that is 2. Cubs 12-54, and that's 6. A win for the Cubbies. I'll tell you right now, The Dodgers may not make the postseason. Philadelphia and the Astros. Phillies 1261, and that is 6. Astros 1963, and that is 9. A win for the Stros. Padres and the Pirates. Padres 563, that is 5. Pirates 1351, and that is also 5. We have extras. San Diego 1 plus 2 is 3. Pittsburgh 6 minus 2 is 4. The Pirates will still win the ball game. Giants and the Cardinals. Giants 1711, that is 0. Cardinals 842, and that is 3. That's a win for the Redbirds. On to June 18th. White Sox at Boston. White Sox 1134, and that is 3. Red Sox 1423, and that is also 3. They will go to extras. White Sox, let's see, Chicago, White Sox 3 plus 3 is 6. Boston 5 plus 1 is 6. That is a tie, which means the Red Sox will win the game by virtue of home field. Detroit at California, Tigers 526, and that is 2. Angels 263, and that's 5. That is a win for the Halos. Kansas City and Milwaukee. Kansas City 1124, and that's 2. Brewers 1212, that's 1. That's a win for the Royals. Baltimore at Minnesota. Baltimore 1155, that is 6. Minnesota 563, that is 5. That is a win for the O's. Cleveland at Oakland. Indians 563, and that's 5. Athletics 1264, that is 8, and the A's will get the win. Expos and the Braves. Expos 1163, that is 7. Atlanta 1136, and that is 4. That is a win for the Expos. Dodgers and the Cubs. Dodgers 836, and that is 3. Cubs 1532, and that's 4, and that will be a win for the Cubs. Mets and the Reds. Seaver on the mound for the Mets in this game. Will it matter? Mets 643. I don't think so. That's still going to be 3. Reds 1163, and that is 7. And the Mets just can't beat the Reds. They get swept. Philadelphia and actually they did win the first one. Philadelphia and the Astros. Philadelphia 1235, and that is 4. Astros 2143, and that is 6. Another win for the Stros. Padres and the Pirates. Craig Scarborough joins us here for FastScore Baseball. Padres 565, that is 6. Pirates 1626, that's 4. That's a win for the Padres. Giants and the Cardinals. Giants 1035, that is 3. Cardinals 1316, that is 2. That's a win for the G-Men. On to June 19th, Rangers at Boston. Rangers 1151, and that is 5. Red Sox 1716, and that is 3. That's a win for the Rangers. Red Sox got some work to do. Baltimore at California. Orioles 961, that is 6. Angels 335, and that is 2. That's a win for the O's. Detroit at Oakland. Tigers 633, that is 2. Athletics 1133, that is 3. That's a win for the A's. Giants and the Cubs, we have these two tomorrow night. Giants 1216, that is 2 runs. Cubs 1253, and 5 runs. That's a win for the Cubbies. Expos and the Reds. Expos 654, and that is 4. Reds 1216, and that's 2. Well, the Mets can't beat the Reds, but the Reds can't beat the Spos. Mets and the Astros. Mets, 845, and that is 4. Astros, 1161, that is 6. Not a good night for my Mets. We go 0-3. Dodgers and the Pirates. Dodgers, 765, and that is 7. Pirates, 855, and that is let's wait a minute, 855, and that is 5. And the Dodgers will beat the Pirates. So the Mets lost all 3 games, but the Pirates couldn't extend the lead in the division. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow night will be June 20th. We will be at the friendly confines of Wrigley Field as the San Francisco Giants will take on the Chicago Cubs. Don Carithers will be going for the Giants, and Bert Hooton will be going for the Cubs. Pretty good matchup, I think, tomorrow night. Should be a lot of fun. G-Men and the Cubbies, Carithers at Hooton at the friendly confines. Be there or be square. Brian Patterson, Brian B., Craig Scarborough, Sports Time Machine, Bob's Tabletop Sports, Clee Baseball Fan, Jimmy Jam, Frank Wainscott, David Vega, John Haverly, Doug Hunt, and let's see here, Steeler Fan, of course, and Frank Rosenk. And let's see here. And, of course, Jeremy Brooks, who's always at the top of the list, usually. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out to the turnstiles. Subscribe if you're not done so. Make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. See you guys tomorrow night. This game belongs to the Reds. They show how good they were in 72. They take care of my Mets. An 8-4 victory at the stadium in front of the river. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.